like just being completely transparent. Like if a friend doesn't ask me to try it,
Uh-huh.
I'm not I'm not going to see, oh, that's a meat place and go try it. I mean, that's just not my personality. Some may be
Mhm.
different. That's just not mine.
No, that's fair.
But if you're like, what's your strategy to get someone that's never tried it to try it?
Well, if we're able to be at um, some of the markets or food truck night will be phenomenal for us because that is a place where people show up and be like, "Hey, let's try something new." That is specifically for
That's
that.
true. Yeah.
So if we're able to show up at that with a booth, that would be amazing. If we're able to be at places where we have a captured audience, like I did mention the Coachella Valley Roller Derby, that's a captured audience. They'll come back, they'll go drink the beer that's there, and they'll see that there's another booth and be like, "Hey, I think I might want to try that." That is hopefully where people will be there, and then we'll start to get.
Yeah, and it's a little bit more social. So
It is
uh,
exactly it. And those, uh, and it's just personal observation, but I feel like people at venues like that are more likely to try something, and that might just be my observation, but that's what I've seen.
yeah, and
And
I keep thinking in my head a music venue um, that
yeah,
I'm thinking about, and obviously I can connect that for you after.
mhm,
But I keep thinking about them. They're like, this is perfect there.
mhm.
Obviously, you just need to get your license.
And then if we're lucky enough to maybe contact the Acrisure, because the Acrisure loves supporting local venues. So, it's like, hey, we get ourselves into the we're set. If we get into the Acrisure, that'd be great.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jordan. I've owned an accounting firm for over 5 years, and I've helped over 500 businesses make their first dollar to making millions. Today, I have Jason on the channel here today, and I'm going to audit his business and help him make his first $100,000.
Oh,
So,
that'd be
Jason,
fantastic.
introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Jason Dodo. I'm the owner of Dodo House Meadery. Mead is wine made from honey. If you've ever seen movies with Vikings or anything like that, it's usually that stuff that they're drinking from horns and just having a good time, stuff like that. And my passion has been history, and I usually don't like doing the whole hassle of making beer and stuff like that. So mead was my next step, and it is so hard to mess up mead. I think that's why I decided to go in that direction.
Nice.
So yeah, so this is my love child. I've been making mead for let me see. I think yeah, go ahead.
Did not expect that.
It is a little carbonated. But yeah, I think I blew up my first batch of mead in a closet back in 2007, I want to say. And anybody who's tried to make any sort of booze or any sort of homemade beer or anything like that has blown up one batch in their closet at least once in their life.
That's very cool. I didn't know it was carbonated. That was my first time ever trying mead. And wow, I'm surprised. I mean, I didn't know what to expect, I guess, but that was delicious. Um, that's
Yeah,
dangerous.
it is. This sits at I think about 13%.
That's 13%.
This is 13%.
I
yeah.
can't even. That goes down way too easy for
Mhm.
13%.
Yes, it does. In fact, people that I sell this to, I always or give it to or gift it to, um, or I mean trade. I don't sell it. I trade it. Anybody that I've ever traded to has always been like, "This is too easy to drink," and then I'm like, "Yeah, please be careful. It'll hit you like a champagne because it does have a high sugar content." And I'll come back like an hour later, the bottle will be gone, and you can tell that they've been having a good time. So
Yeah. Well, let's open up with tell me how. So I'm just dumbfounded at how you even make this. So how do you make it? Do you put sugar in it? Like what? Give me
no, it's just
for dummies. How do you make mead?
okay. So yeah, for dummies, it's and in fact it's easy. It's just water, honey, yeast, and thyme. And that's it. Water, honey, yeast, and thyme. It's just like it's just you just I think the basic recipe, if you look it up online or whatever, the basic recipe is 3 pounds of honey, 1 gallon of water, a packet of a lot of people use champagne yeast, and then you just let it sit, and then you have a drinkable or a drinkable or excuse me, you have a drinkable mead, maybe about a month.
Wow. It
So
honestly sounds pretty nice, simple, organic, and I mean, I don't know what goes into making everything, but that sounds better than
yeah, and that's the basic. You just go to the grocery store and you can just buy that 5 pound container of honey. I think it's like $30 at the store for 5 pounds, and then just mix it together. Perfect.
Very cool. So does it like aging? So you said like 1 month is like the minimum, or
Yeah, that's what I said. Drinkable, right?
yeah.
Drinkable, absolutely drinkable. And then just like anything else, the longer you let it to age, the better it becomes. And especially if you're adding spices to it, or if you're adding other fruit juices to it, you want to let it everything marry. Um, this one here, I actually using different yeasts and stuff like that, and the type of honey that I used, I actually got this drinkable in 3 weeks. So,
Very cool. Well, that's
um,
delicious. I I'm
absolutely
probably
brag.
not your first customer, but I will be when you open. All right, so I'm just gonna hop right in. A part of every one of our business plans, we have a questionnaire to begin. This
Mhm.
kind of gauges if you're personally ready to be a business owner, and anything I can identify and give you tips on, I will at this time, just to obviously help you start your business. So, a few boxes that you checked. You said you have experience in the field you're starting. So, obviously, you've already created your product. Do you have a
Yes.
wide range of products, or?
We right now we have about I want to say about 5 different flavors going on right now.
You mark the box. You're skilled socially in
Mhm.
your specific sphere. I think this is absolutely vital.
Okay.
You think about a bartender. At least this is my thinking. Like, they're so good socially. People love to talk to them. I'm assuming that's going to be the experience you're going for when you're inviting people in. So describe to me. Are you going to be the face?
Well, I feel like I'm a pretty good face. I really do. What we want to do, and it's something that is blowing up right now. There's a couple of breweries in San Diego that are doing it. There's brewery in or there's a beer brewer in San Diego that's going with this theme, and then there are a bunch of other meaderies that are going. And the idea is that um we want to appeal to nerd culture, right? Dungeons and Dragons is a big thing right now. I'm personally a LARPer. LARP stands for live action role play, dress up in medieval garb, hit each other with foam swords. I've been doing that for almost 20 years. And when you come in, we kind of want that feeling. We want you to come in. We want, people who work for us, we want them to have like elf ears on, be in garb. We want,
But you have a certificate from UC Davis for mead making.
yes,
I'm
the
curious. What is
Robert
that?
Robert Mundavi School of Vitology. Um, uh, UC Davis is known for what is it? What chef and winemaking. And they offered a workshop for mead making, and this was a few years ago. And I was like, we have to do this. I have to do this. If we all can't go do this, me and my group, then at least one of us needs to make it. So we pulled our money together. It was like I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it was we got to meet with some of the top mead makers in the nation. Got to make friends with them, and it was you talk to people who've already been doing it, and it was so all of that information was very invaluable.
But there's no meat out here in the valley, right?
No,
Not like
we are pushing to be the first in the Coachella Valley. There's a couple in Temecula who I love their mead a lot. In fact, I would drive the hour to go drink mead at this place. It is Chubby Cheeks and Batch Meadery, and they're in the same parking lot, and their recipes are completely different, and they're
gonna say it's interesting that they're in the same parking lot.
yeah, and their genres are completely different. You go into one place, completely different feeling than the other place. Like one place you go in, you feel like um, you feel like you're part of the world of Game of Thrones, and then you go around the corner to Chubby Cheeks, and you feel like you've stepped into an '80s gaming community. It's super cool.
We brought up the idea of Dragon's Den, which is another local card shop
Mhm.
game lounge. For those that don't know, where people can play D&D and games like that. We had the idea of going near them because the market kind of is already there, and it's really supportive evidence to hear that those two mead shops, like of
Mhm.
of all of Temecula, but even beyond that, that they happen to be right next to each other. It's supportive evidence that the community is niched,
Mhm.
but it's supportive that maybe it is the right decision to try to go around like a Dragon's Den, where they've already kind of tapped into the market a little bit. It makes our
Yes.
life a little bit easier, so we don't have to pave that road ourselves.
And that's kind of the idea. There is evidence that if bars open up together, they do support each other.
Hey guys, I hope you're getting value from this in your own entrepreneurial journeys. I want to let you know that you can be a part of a video like this as well. The application process is in the description below. So if you feel like you want to participate or you want to be on the show and get value directly for your business or your aspiring business, make sure to fill that out. To the next question, you said, what is the worst possible outcome for your business? And it says to lose our shirts.
Yes, nobody wants to lose their shirts over starting a business. Nobody wants to file bankruptcy. Nobody wants to lose their house over it, and that would be the worst possible thing we could do. At this point, though, I would say that one of the worst things at the moment is to never even get it off the ground. Because if you lose your shirts, at least you tried.
Getting a little ahead of myself because I just remember this from reviewing your plan. But based on how much cost that goes into opening this, we need to figure out cash flow.
Yes.
Like we need to get cash flow fast. And so the longer we take to get this open, the more damage we're causing ourselves because we just have cash flying out the door. So,
And that's kind of the situation.
I'm not sure if that's the bare minimum of employees that are necessary, but that seems like a pretty high goal to put. Like, I have to get there to be successful because, I mean, let's just say you pay people $50,000 average salary and you talk about 6 employees, that's 300 grand. So, I mean, that's a decent operation. So, I would almost say that you should lower your standard a little bit. We're humans. We need a little bit of encouragement too. And if we put our end goal and then we're like not getting there as fast as we get mad at ourselves as men and just try to beat ourselves up. Great, tangible, simple goals. Right now, what would be a success? What you just described, getting open. Doesn't even matter. Like that's
Just
you're like
getting
yes,
feet in the door. Yeah.
That's success right now. And so obviously we can refine our business plan. And so we can get our business plan really niched and small and just making small things successful, really tangible goals. We accomplish those things and then we refine our business plan, add more goals, amount of debt and not like sales lined up in it. That's business, you know, we got to take a leap and everything. But product recognition comes when we're talking about McDonald's, Coca-Cola. Obviously those are, you know, as big as it gets, but we're talking about you're walking down the aisle in the soda aisle at Walmart and you need to stand out. Coca-Cola, bam, brand recognition. Everyone else in that aisle just got destroyed for the most part because Coca-Cola is freaking Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
We're talking about opening into a market where there's no other Mead at all. And
that's what we're trying to take advantage of. There's no other Mead in the Coachella Valley.
Yeah. So to that point, I'm not as concerned about your brand recognition other than we are the only Mead provider in the valley. We're the only ones.
That's what we're trying to, we're definitely riding on that concept.
Where the next question was, where do you want to be in 5 years? You said focusing on selling my mead at Renaissance and medieval fairs. So do you have the connections already to implement that type of stuff?
I do. I absolutely do. And to absolutely brag, I do know the organizer for that. And she was like, you know, Jason, hurry up and get your mead out. Hurry up and get your license because I would love to make you our mead, our meter, our mazer, you know.
Awesome.
So
perfect. How will you get funds for all the equipment and such?
Some of the places that are willing to have us be their featured mead is looking to, you know, throw some cash at us beforehand to help us get the process started. So that's we've been lucky in that case. But I think right now we've taken out of a 401k. We have some money ready to go for that, and we're taking a huge leap with that. So it's just a lot of large leaps and a lot of faith at the moment. I think.
I mean, it takes a lot of that, and this is a big business. Like, I mean, the start, it's not a cheap one.
No.
So
not by any means.
Did you at least identify how much you're going to need to start?
Well, when we put all the numbers and stuff together, I think we were looking at like I think we could start at 150,000. A lot of the money is going towards the bottling and canning. So a lot of those
Like the equipment to
the
bottle?
equipment to bottle, yes, the equipment to bottle and can. That stuff is expensive.
Yeah, I
So,
figured. I mean,
and yeah, and honey is pretty expensive too. The prices are starting to go up, but like I said, last time I looked, it was about 115 bucks for the type of honey that we use, 115, 140. To make 60 gallons, it
that's
takes.
not overly concerning for me just
Mhm,
because we can control that with
mhm.
our pricing.
And
Um,
then it's just a big loop. It's just it's a bunch of hoops to jump through.
yeah. Yeah,
So
I know just the so describe the brewing license. I'm just curious. Because you're like a bar or something, you get a liquor
mhm,
license or whatever. But your brewing's a special license, I assume,
yes,
and
to create and distribute.
I assume pretty costly.
Yeah, so I'll fully admit it's been a while since I've looked at the cost. But it's in the thousands to get your producer's license. So on top of that, then you got to get your distributor's license.
The next one you said is online sales.
Yes.
Um, so how are you going to drive traffic to that? And then also, well, I'll let you answer that first. How are you going to drive traffic to your online sales?
Um, through the LARP community. I have a lot of there's a lot of stuff on Facebook. Also using Facebook. Also using websites. We are planning on having our own website.
So one of the things, so would online sales be shipping to them? Because I imagine that's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, that's also another license. Shipping liquor in the mail is also another license that we have to look into applying for. Um,
Because of the cost of that, I don't
mhm.
even think that's something we should pursue right now. Like you might generate online sales to like create a pickup order or something,
That was
but
well, that was the other idea.
but just because of the weight,
Mhm.
I would imagine it's gonna make it not worth buying.
Right. And now $5 says now that you've tried mead, you're gonna at least run into another person in
I
the
would.
next week who knows
Oh,
what
it's
mead is. It's
true.
sort of like,
Yeah, I guess you only need to run into one person, and
uh-huh.
I mean, maybe I'm having a good experience because your meat is just that damn good, but
Uh,
you know, uh, it's really good. I think it's
Thank
really
you.
um, I'm like a whiskey drinker too,
Uh-huh.
and I would probably say most people don't like whiskey, like drinking it straight.
Uh-huh.
They like hate it. So
Mhm.
this is much, much, much more approachable than
Yes.
other
Yes.
things for sure. I think it's way more approachable than like an IPA beer, and um,
I would say so. I know for me, IP is definitely an IPA is a required taste. It's a acquired taste.
yeah.
It's definitely an acquired taste.
So you did a projected revenue breakdown, and according to this, 40% of your projected sales would come from wholesale to bars and taverns, meaning that the majority of your business would indeed come from commercial distribution.
Mhm.
So my question then is do you already have connections with local bars, taverns?
The owner of one of the restaurants over off of El Paseo, we sat down and had some mead with us and we all sat and drank it. And she's like, hurry up and get your license. This is amazing. Let's do it. And she has a lot of contacts. So that's kind of it. We also have a friend who's a distributor. She was a local distributor who has opened her own business, but she's willing to distribute for us. She used to be associated with what is it called? PS Air Bar, which is a speakeasy out here that's designed to look like a first class airplane.
How do you plan to create more connections with bars and taverns to get your product in there?
Well, I think I mentioned it earlier. We want to do set up quests, right? So it's like if you go out and bring proof back that you drank at this bar or that you had this meal at this restaurant, that we would give you a percentage. To set that up, obviously, I have to go in there and talk to these people. And if they agree, then we've made contact with them and we're like, okay, so as a little switch, as a little favor or whatever, can you see about offering our mead in your establishment, see how it goes? Um, and we definitely want to. I definitely want to go in just in person and talk to some other business owners to help set up this. I guess you would call it I don't know, like a side quest setup. I don't know how else to explain
Yeah.
it, but
No, I get it. And then, I mean, something I see pretty fairly successful, I guess, is asking people, hey, do you
mm,
know a bar owner? Would you mind just doing a three-way connection? And
yes,
when you part of the problem, I guess, with going to the bar is the owner might probably isn't there. So
mhm,
creating some sort of third way connection would obviously, I think, be very helpful
okay,
in that. Because we're gonna, that's I agree. If we go the full thing and we get a full spot, it's probably gonna be slow just for people to start becoming aware you even exist.
hmm
And so what's going to carry us through that is the connections that we can already make. So like that Chino
yes,
thing, the restaurant or the bar on El Paseo that you
hmm
said, like, get your license quick. That's awesome.
yeah,
So those things are going to help us get our footing or foundation. So basically our commercial distribution, it sounds like, could be our foundation. And then, we can get into why we're doing this in the first place. Cause
hmm
the commercial distribution would probably be cool to you, but you want a storefront. Like that's your
That,
dream.
yes, that
So,
is the dream. That would be that's the experience. That's the destination that people go to get like the full
yeah.
experience. That's the
But to
idea.
get there, we need to have our foundation.
And
That
that's
makes sense.
exactly it. Absolutely.